This is a lesson in stairs. In this model, the stairwells, the stairwell enclosures we modeled, and we did not do anything with the stairs. What I intend to do is basically remove the stair from the start model and show you how to draw each. So let's start with this one in the corner here. I'm going to take that stair, the assembled stair type, and just delete it. Just remove it. And we're going to examine the drawing that we're looking at, right? So we are at level 2. This is level 2 with the AutoCAD underlay. So we're showing a landing area, a door that swings into that landing area, and then a stair that begins down, even though it's not labeled. So the stair goes down to the next intermediate landing and then continues to the level below. If I look at level 1 drawing with the AutoCAD underlay, we see that stair, the reverse situation with that stair going up. Okay. Let's cut a building section through that stair enclosure. So I'm going to cut a north-south section looking west, or page north-south. So here I am on level 1, view. Remember, we just did building sections, so we should be familiar with this tool. So I'm going to select the section tool, make sure that it's set to building section, and then draw a line from here to there. I don't want it looking that way, right? I want it looking west, and then making sure that it's going to cut through both sides of the stair going up to the intermediate landing and then the one continuing to the level above. So if I look at this section, I'm looking at a building section through that enclosure. This should be set to show complete. So I'm looking at, if I select element by face, that's showing me the 2-hour shaft wall that encloses the stair to the west. At this point, the assumption is that you are comfortable with the terms I'm using. Oh, that a couple anomalies here. That door is showing a demo opening because the door isn't set to existing. All right, so let's select that wall again, go back to that section. This is what we're looking at. Same here with this door. That door is correctly set to existing. Let's go ahead and add this drawing to sheet A3. So we'll accomplish a couple things. This is building section 2. Oops. Oh, have to make sure that the sheet is active, not the view. So deactivate that view and bring in building section 2. Let's change. Oh, the scale is the correct scale because I started with I started with an 1/8 scale plan drawing. Looks like the building footings are a bit askew, but we'll not worry about that now. Let's go back to the plan drawing and let's draw some dimensions. Let's draw some dimensions and guides. So it's a good idea when you're drawing stair, even though Revit has a method of generating stairs automatically by drawing its boundaries. It's a good idea to draw some lines. And I'm going to use the line style lines. Actually, let me make one that stands out a bit more. So I'm going to go to Manage, Additional Setting, Line Styles. I'm going to create a new style called Red Lines. Red Lines. Okay. And make those red. Okay. Now let's annotate detail line. Let's change to red lines. All right, so I'm basically outlining the boundaries of my stair. The stair begins there. Let me add an annotation that actually is red also, so it sticks out. Annotate text. Let's duplicate this. 332 Arial red, and just make that red. So I created a couple types on the fly. So stair begins here. Intermediate landing. Oops. Continues to floor 2. Okay, so stair begins at level 1, reaches this intermediate landing. Let me get rid of this other stupid arrow there. And then continues to floor 2 there, right? These notes I've drawn. These are 2D annotations that I drew on level 1. I'm going to add a few more lines because Revit wants to snap. Let's repeat that detail line. What's important about the depth of the landing, it has to be at least as wide as the stair. So we have plenty of room to develop that. And let's measure everything so that we know what we're looking at. A dimension. Let's make those dimensions red as well. Let's duplicate this type. Just gonna make that kind of hard to make sure that you're snapping to the lines and not, you would have to. So it's 4-3 there, 4-1. 4 feet is going to be sufficient, right? The depth of the landing has to be at least as deep as the stair. We got 5 feet. That's plenty of room. Let's just bring in these lines to exactly 4 feet. That's as wide as the stair needs to be. And then on that side, same thing, 4 feet. Right. I could take those two lines and move them over. The AutoCAD file is not perfect, but if I wanted to, I could sort of nudge them over and say, okay, so the stair is 4 feet wide going up, 4 feet wide going up to the intermediate landing, and 4 feet wide going from the intermediate landing to level 2. The horizontal projection. Now, all these stairs, remember this building is, the elevations are perfect multiples of 7 inches, so that the stair tread riser combination 7-inch riser, 11-inch tread works out exactly. So the horizontal projection would be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, 9, 10, 11 treads. That would be 12 risers, right? 11 times 11 is 121 inches. That's exactly 10-1. That's right. Okay, and it's going up in that direction. Now this is exactly the amount of information we need to draw the stair. I'm going to dress rehearse this drawing for illustration purposes. I'm just going to bring these lines out here and show you how the stair is going to work. Architecture, stair. We're going to use this type, 7-inch max riser, 11-inch tread. It's going to go from level 1 to level 2. Exactly 23 risers. No, we should have a perfect multiple of 7, so I'm not sure why that's not working out to 7 inches. Maybe it's 22 risers. Yeah, 22 risers is what we need. I'm not sure why that inferred one more riser than we needed. So everybody understand that? Level 1 to level 2 is 12 feet 10 inches. Let's go to the building section again. See if we understand that. I'm still in, oops, still in, so it's 1210. I don't have the elevation bullet marker here, but we can fix that. Okay? So let's go back to level 1. I'm in stair drawing mode, right? Brings you into sketch edit. I'm going to use the run tool. I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here. I'm going to click on edit type and change the width of the stair to 4 feet. Okay, everything else should be okay. We're going to accept the defaults. So let me show you how that works. It starts here, exhausts however many risers and treads it draws over a horizontal projection of 10 feet 1 inch, right? So there's the first part. Then where I want the stair to continue, I click and draw in the other direction. and it creates a landing in between, right? So now this part of the stair can be moved over, but that's effectively what it's drawn. I can take the entire stair and put it over there, but let me um, repeat what I've done there. And then when you're finished drawing the stair, just click Finish Edit. So it's giving you a drawing, and there's Revit's representation of what it's doing. There's an up arrow, there's a break line because the stairs continue above, right? The little space in between that appear to be a double line for each riser is the width of the nosing, which it wants to draw by default. So I'm going to repeat exactly what I did, and now this time I'm going to draw it within the stair enclosure. Architecture, stair. I'm going to begin here. By the way, I'm using the center line as the guide. If I were more comfortable, I could set location line to my right. Let's say run right. So in the direction that I'm drawing, that means it would start there. Okay? So that draws there, and then again, my right continues here. And just drag in the direction that you're climbing until the number of treads is exhausted. It reverted back to 23. Can I change it here? 22 plus 1. Can I remove 1? Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, so 22 risers, 7. All right. The landing that it interpolated is by default created the width of a stair, but I can change that. Right? Revit allows you to make it a little bit bigger, and then you can see that now it matches whatever space it fit into. So the stairs are 4 feet wide. The landing's a bit deeper. Finish Edit, and now when I go to the section view, right, Revit creates these garish picket balusters. I'm just going to select all of those and change the handrail type to handrail pipe. Let's see what that gives us. That's a little better. Complains that it's not continuous, but that's okay. All right, so it's cutting through a section of the stair, and it reaches exactly that floor height. It's that simple. The automatic stair tool, it gets a little bit complicated. Now, what do you need to know in advance when you're drawing the stair? Let's get rid of this, which we did for practice. What you need to know is where it begins and ends, where it's going. Right? And you need to draw yourself some guides. If you have an intermediate landing where it changes direction, you need to know that because you have to graphically then stop drawing risers and then continue where it switches direction. Let me illustrate that one more time. If I do automatic stair, architecture stair, and I draw from here to here, right? and I want to continue. Let's say I arbitrarily continue anywhere. You see what it's doing with the landing? It's just going to connect wherever you begin with the landing. That's why it's important to know in advance precisely what you're going to draw. So there's no magic bullet for creating stairs. You still have to have figured out in a drawing exactly what you want to accomplish. I'm going to quit out of that stair. And that's it. That's a simple stair going, negotiating 12 feet and 10 inches with 22 7-inch risers and an 11-inch tread. 20 minutes, not bad.